This is 10 Bell Pod's 10 Facts on Brodie Lee. There are some wrestlers whose stories feel unfinished. Not because they didn't accomplish enough, but because you could see how much more was there. In this case, we were literally seeing the potential unfold before it stopped. Brodie Lee wasn't just a great in-ring big man. He was part of the generation that helped rebuild American wrestling style from the ground up. He survived one of the most frustrating eras in WWE history, and when he finally got a chance to show who he really was, sadly, he was gone. Here are 10 facts that help explain the great Brodie Lee. Number 1. Everyone assumes Brodie Lee is a reference to Bruiser Brody. It wasn't. The influence and similarities are there for sure. The wild brawling, the presence. The name itself came from the movie Mallrats, a mix of actor Jason Lee and his character, Brodie Bruce. Hey, at least he didn't take his name from Jersey Girl. Number 2. His first match in 2001 was a 6-man tag that Brodie later called God Awful. As part of a shoot interview, Brodie buried his own start, but he didn't give up and became one of the smoothest big men wrestling has seen in a minute. Number 3. He came up in the golden age of independent wrestling. Now, some of you youths may consider the best era of indie wrestling to be the late 2010s, but for us graybeards, it's 03 to roughly 11, 12. We're talking Chikara, CZW, PWG, Ring of Honor, Dragon Gate. God, I miss those days. Creatively, it was exploding. Great for us fans. Financially, f***ing brutal. Bad for the workers. Guys were driving hours for almost nothing, working tiny shows just to get better. And that's kind of why this era is untouchable. They were doing it for the love of the game, to put on the best match possible because they loved the art. But as all these indie stars were absorbed into WWE and later AEW, that style and passion came with them. Brodie wasn't just kind of part of that, he was a piece that helped build it. Number 4. Before WWE ever touched him, Brodie Lee had already built a reputation as one of the most reliable bigs in the game. You know, he was never crazy flashy. He never got a overhyped amount of IWC credit. He was just consistent. Promoters trusted him because he always showed up and he could work with just about anyone. He made smaller guys look good, he could go toe-to-toe with giants, and he just never made things harder than they needed to be. It may not be the type of thing that makes you go viral, but it's the type of thing that gets your ass signed. Number 5. Chikara is where everything clicked. Why did Quack have to be such a piece of shit? Chikara is where Brodie found his identity, not just as a wrestler, but as a presence, as a total package. His feud with Claudio Castagnoli became one of the company's defining rivalries. It built for months, escalated into chaos, and ended in Chikara's first ever steel cage match. Number 6. Brodie was a genetic freak, and he's not normal. At 6'5" and nearly 275 pounds, Brodie moved like someone half that size. Quick, smooth, controlled. Number 7. His big break in WWE came with a new character. Enter Luke Harper. Big old beard, disheveled look. It was a backwoods hillbilly character. But there was just one problem. Brodie Lee was from Rochester, New York. He was well-spoken and intelligent. So Brodie pushed back against this gimmick. He wanted to be something smarter, controlled, layered. But WWE saw the look and made the call. Number 8. Brodie Lee was part of the Wyatt family, for good and for bad. For a moment, the Wyatt family was the best thing in pro wrestling. The entrance, the look, the bit of edge in the PG era. But then, WWE booking from the 2010s happened. The Wyatts just never fully came together. Not to the level they should have. Rushed stories, missed opportunities, horrific booking, and momentum lost constantly plagued the Wyatt family. Number 9. WWE wasted years of Brodie Lee's career. I'm not even talking creatively, I'm talking literally. Frustrated with how he was being used or not used at all, Brodie asked for his release. WWE said no. They even added more time to his contract to make up for past injuries. They kept him off TV and even offered him more money to stay at home. Brodie didn't even want it, he just wanted to wrestle. While it did give birth to his self-created meme, "It's Wednesday, you know what that means," WWE robbed him and fans of precious time that sadly was running out. Number 10, he barely missed debuting in AEW to a live crowd. A new company, a new character, new creative freedom, the excitement was real. Instead, it happened in empty arenas. And the worst part, if he had been released just a little bit earlier, his debut not only would have happened in front of a live audience, it would have happened in his hometown. Instead, Brodie Lee's AEW run happened in the silence of pandemic wrestling. Yeah, re-listen to number 9 and let it sting. But still, he made it work because Brodie was a pro wrestling genius. And just a quick little bonus fact here, Brodie Lee was like the best dude. Everyone who worked with Brodie Lee respected him. Everyone who knew him trusted him. And everyone who met him loved him. That's a real legacy. Not the characters, not the in-ring work, not the bad booking, not the fact that he was taken from us too soon. He was just a likable, friendly, awesome human being. And if you want to hear the full Brodie Lee story, check out his 10 Bell Pod.